And on this video, we're taking a look at the Topdon VeriDiag X800 VT. This is a wireless bidirectional scan tool that is able to check all the systems on your vehicle, as well as giving you access to service maintenance functions, and you can also stream live data from the vehicle. And on this video, I'm going to walk you through its features, as well as show you the vehicle coverage list. That way you can check if your vehicle make is going to be supported by the scanner. And I placed a link in the description down below to this scanner if you'd like to get one for yourself. Scanner comes in on a carry case. Inside of it, we find the scanner, and there is also accessories right below it. And the scan tool features a 6-inch touchscreen. On the bottom of it, you'll find a spot for the VCI connector, which is a good idea. That way you can store that when it's not being used. Also notice that the body of the scanner does have a softer material, which is going to be good for drop protection. Now moving to the back of the unit, there is no integrated kickstand. There is also no camera, but this little raised portion right here allows you or helps you to kind of get a good grip on it. Moving to the top of the scanner, there is a little dust cover. Underneath that dust cover, you'll find a full-size USB port and also USB-C port. And for accessories, they included a USB-C to USB-C cable, as well as a power adapter, again USB-C, and also a flip-up faceplate and 2 additional faceplates to use in different parts of the world. And let's begin by connecting the VCI to the vehicle's OBD port. Also notice that there is a green light indicator, and this will change over to more of a purple bluish color once it connects to the scanner. And here's what the home page looks like. We got main features on this side, and we also have the vehicle's battery voltage shown right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at diagnostics. Now the scanner can attempt to identify the vehicle automatically if you go to VIN and you use the AutoVin option. You can also manually enter the VIN to tell the scanner what vehicle that you're working with. Let's go back to all. Here are the vehicle makes that are supported by the scan tool. And I'm going to scroll through here. That way you can check to see if your vehicle make is going to be supported by the scanner. Now, if you don't see your vehicle make on here, there is still one more way that the scanner can be used to diagnose the vehicle, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So I could select the vehicle make on this list, but my preferred option is to use the AutoVin function. And now we get Auto Scan, Hot Functions, or Vehicle Profile. Let's go to Auto Scan, and let's go ahead and do a full health report on the vehicle. And the scanner has found a total of 7 DTCs, basically 7 error codes with the vehicle. 2 of them are located in the engine, 1 of them are located in the ABS, and 1 of them in the SRS system, 3 of them under the tire pressure monitor. And then if you scroll through here, you can see the rest of the systems that tested out as okay. Now at this point, I can clear all the error codes at once using this option, or create a report. Let me show you what that looks like. And the report includes vehicle information, a summary of the findings, and also the details of the findings, which systems had issues, which systems tested out okay, and then you have a full description of the different issues that were found within each one of the systems. You can also tap on the exclamation mark next to each error that was found, and it'll give you the details for each one. Here's the ones for ABS, these are the ones for the SRS, here's the ones for the TPMS system. Now you can also go inside of the actual system, for example engine and ECT, by using that little arrow. It tells you what that system does. And if I tap next, I have the option of reading the codes again, clearing the codes just from that system, accessing live data, or activating tests or special functions. Let's take a look at activation tests. And here's a list of components and tests that can be activated under the ECM module. So this list is going to vary depending on what module you're in, and also on what vehicle that you are connecting to. Now let's take a look at special functions. And here's the special functions for this vehicle. Again, this list will vary depending on what vehicle make you are connected to. Let's also take a look at live data. And here's the live data coming from the vehicle. You got the name of the parameter, and then you got the value over here. And you can see here's the RPMs. And if I put a check mark on it, then I can tap on the graphing option. And now we have a graph of it. And I'm going to give it some gas. Now you can see how it graphs. Additionally, you can see that there is a plus icon right here. If you tap on that icon, you can start to select additional parameters, and you can select up to 4 parameters to be shown on the same screen. You can see all 4 parameters are shown, each one individually color-coded. You got the values, and you also have the graphic right here. Let's go ahead and give it some gas. And you could also choose to record this data using the record function. Now, if you wanted to change what values you're shown here altogether, you can just go back to this list and then deselect the value that you don't want, select the value that you want. Again, up to 4 at the same time on a single screen can be shown by the scan tool. The other way that you can also do graphing is with this icon right here. Now, this one does something interesting, gives you a small little graph, but then you can begin to add additional parameters. And I'm gonna go ahead and let's do, how about this guy right here? And let's also try this one right here. So in the prior screen, we were able to do 4 of them. Here, we can do up to 6 of them in individual graphs, again color-coded, and then you got the values. You also have again the optional recording, and I'll give it some gas. So just a different way that you can graph them. But let's go inside of another module. Let's go inside of ABS. Again, it tells you what that module does, basically what that computer does, and you have similar options. And let's go to activate test. Now these tests are gonna be different than the ones we saw under the ECM, because these ones are related to the ABS system. And here you have activational components or tests related to ABS. And again, this list is gonna vary depending on what vehicle that you're connected to. Same thing with the special functions. These are gonna be different than the special functions I showed you earlier because they're related to ABS. Next up is gonna be OBD Diagnostics. Now this function can be used to check vehicles that are not on the supported make list. This vehicle that we're on is not on the supported list, but I'm gonna connect to it using obd-II Diagnostics. And it tells us that the check engine light is off. There are 0 codes found. There are 3 monitors that are not applicable, and there are 8 monitors that are applicable, and those are related to emissions and also the protocol that was detected. And on the next screen, we can read codes or erase codes. We can also check for emissions rating status, live data, onboard monitoring, component test, vehicle information, and vehicle status. Let's take a quick look at live data. And once again, we have live data coming from the vehicle, except that this time this vehicle is not on the supported make list, but I'm able to access that with the obd-II Diagnostics function. Let's go ahead and graph some RPMs. That is the advantage of using obd-II Diagnostics. Moving over to maintenance and service functions, and we get an icon for each function and also a name of the function. But also, if you tap on this little question mark, it will give you information about what the function actually does. And we get oil reset, throttle, EPV, steering, ABS, DPF, BMS, injector, TPMS, airbag, sunroof, seats, windows, suspension, AD blue, AF, NOx, auto start stop, AFS, gear, language, transport, gearbox, EGR, IMO, which is immobilizer, water pump, tire, power balance, VGT, odometer, ACC, AC, rain light sensor, motor angle. And the little exclamation mark comes in very handy because there are some, like this one, gearbox and gear, you may be wondering what the difference is. So you can see that this one is for the crankshaft position sensor, and this guy right here is gonna be for the gearbox. And if you go to history, here's where you find reports that you create, also play back the data that you record, screenshots, and screen recordings. Moving over to updates, they're included with the scanner for free. There is no subscription requirement, and you can download the updates individually by tapping on each one of those icons, or my preferred way of doing it is using the select option and then update, which is gonna update all of them for you at once. Moving over to library, here we have a couple of helpful tools such as the DTC repair guide, and this comes in handy if you have a code but you don't have access to the vehicle. You can punch in the code right here and then search for the code, and then you can get a description of what the code is, probable reasons, probable signs, and then how the code gets detected, and a more in-depth explanation about the code and potential repair steps. There is also this TSV recall search function, and here you can select the vehicle make and and the other information that identifies the vehicle, and then you can see if there are any recalls applicable for it. Now, some of this information is available for free on the internet, but it is nice to have it being able to retrieve it from the scanner. DLC location can also help you to locate where the vehicle's OBD port is located at. Now, sometimes the OBD port is easy to find, sometimes it's a little bit more hidden, so it is nice to have a tool that tells you, in this case the DLC locator, where to find the obd-II port, and even a little picture of what the OBD port looks like. And we also get a built-in Chrome browser. Let me find a video so we can test the audio and video capabilities of this unit. Scanner review. This time we're going to take a look at the Topdon AD900VT, which is an advanced bi-directional scanner that also has advanced service functions. And there's more customization under user info, not only for the scanner, but also to enter your shop information if you want that to be shown on the reports, and to create a database of customers. And finally, there is a drop-down menu that allows you to control Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, screen recording, screenshot, screen orientation, brightness, and volume. But probably the biggest change I'm seeing in the scanner world is that scanners are moving away from requiring a subscription service to get updates. Most scanners are now including those updates for free, so you don't have to pay for a subscription, which can add up over time. So that is something you definitely want to consider, and this, as I showed you in the video, definitely has that feature of no subscription requirement. And this scan tool, in my opinion, is a good entry-level bi-directional scan tool. The price is low enough, and also the menu is simple enough that if you have not used a bi-directional scan tool, it's pretty intuitive, especially that little question mark that you get, for example, on the service function that gives you more detail about what that service function does. It is extremely helpful. I have reviewed a lot of scanners that have a lot of service functions, and sometimes when you just have an icon and a very short word of that service function, you're like, what is that for? And you can't get any more additional information unless you go out and hook it up to a vehicle that supports that service function. So having a scanner that gives you a clear information about recalls, where to find the OBD port, what the service function does, will definitely help you, especially if you're new to bi-directional scanners. So I'll put a link to this scan tool in the description down below if you'd like to get one for yourself. And if you guys have any other questions regarding this, please put that in the comments also. If you found any part of this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel, and stay tuned as I have a lot more scanner reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.